Gang, this video is going to absolutely make your day. It's a masterclass on how to dismantle a woke journalist like a boss. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's dive right in.
On the topic, I mean, in terms of your sort of strategy currently, you're obviously taking the populist pathway.
What does that mean?
Well, appealing to people's more emotional levels, I would guess. I mean,
What do you mean by that?
certainly you tap very strong ideological language quite frequently.
Like what?
Left wing, you know, this and that, right wing, you know, I mean, it's that type of ideological thing.
I never really talk about left
But
or right.
anyways,
I don't really believe in that.
Okay. A lot of people would say that you're simply taking a page out of the Donald Trump book.
Like which people would say that?
Well, I'm sure a great many Canadians, but
Like who?
I don't know who, but...
Well, you're the one who asked the question, so
yeah.
you must know somebody.
Okay. I'm sure there's some out there, but anyways, the point of this question is, I mean, why should Canadians trust you with their vote, given, you know, not just the sort of ideological inclination in terms of taking the page out of Donald Trump's book, but
What are you
also,
talking about? What page? What page? Can you give me a page? Give me the page. You keep saying that.
In terms of turning things quite dramatically, in terms of Trudeau and the left wing and all of this, I mean, you make quite a, you know, it's quite a play that you make on it. So I'm
not
just
sure.
wondering.
I don't know what your question
Okay,
is.
then forget that. Why should Canadians trust you with their vote?
Common sense.
Okay.
Common sense for a change. We're going to make common sense common in this country. We don't have any common sense in the current government. You know, the guy prints $600 billion, grows our money supply by 32% in 3 years. That's growing the money 8 times faster than the economy. No wonder we have the worst inflation in 4 decades. I'm going to cap spending, cut waste, so that we can balance the budget and bring down inflation and interest rates. You'll want to be able to pay your mortgage again? You want to be able to afford rent? Then you have to vote for Pierre Poilievre, because I'm the only one with a common sense plan that will bring back the buying power of your paycheck.
I mean, you've got to love that. I mean, he's completely decimating this woke journalist, all while he's just coolly taking bites from an apple. I mean, it doesn't get more suave than that. And for the other guy, if anyone ever needed a lifeline thrown to him, that was it. I mean, he was literally drowning in facts and logic, which I'm going to show you how in a moment. But if you don't know, that was the one and only Pierre Poilievre. Poilievre the Great. Pierre the Great, I think we'll be referring to him as. He is the leader of Canada's Conservative Party, and he's absolutely trouncing Justin Trudeau in the polls to be Canada's next prime minister. Some polls have him up double digits. This has been the pattern for months now in Canada. Soy boy Trudeau's poll numbers are plummeting, all the while Poilievre's numbers are surging, and you could see precisely why. He's a brilliant debater, and I'm going to show you precisely what he did just there to argue like a total boss, so you can too. But first, how many UFC fans do we have out there? We know the one and only Donald Trump is a huge UFC fan, as are the fighters of him. But have you ever wondered what they do to manage their pain? Well, you don't have to, because a fellow patriot and good friend of this channel is precisely the one who provides relief to that pain, and he's here to do the same for you. We all know that as we age, aches and pains are normal, but frankly, they don't have to be, and that's where the groundbreaking medical scientist Clint Winters comes in. Now, you've seen Clint on Fox. You've seen him a number of times on this channel. He's a world-renowned health expert who's unveiled a natural pain reliever that's taking the world by storm. It's called CB2. It's a 100% drug-free way to get full-body pain relief without dangerous meds, and it's the official pain reliever for the fighters in the UFC. And the best news, CB2 has no documented side effects after years of private testing. It's absolutely the future of pain relief. So whatever you do, gang, make sure to click on that link below right now and check out Clint's amazingly informative report on how CB2 is changing lives by providing safe and powerful relief at a fraction of the cost of pain pills. Click on that link below right now.
On the topic, I mean, in terms of your sort of strategy currently, you're obviously taking the populist pathway.
What does that mean?
Well, appealing to people's more emotional levels, I would guess. I mean,
What do you mean by that? Give me an
certainly you tap very strong ideological language quite frequently.
Like what?
So what's he doing there? That's huge. What he's doing there goes all the way back to Aristotle and the ancient Athenian debate tradition. Poilievre is requiring his opponent to define his terms. And in doing so, from the very beginning, Poilievre controlled the tenor of the debate. You see, we have to remember that the terms our ultra-woke legacy media defaults to are very intentional. BLM rioters are social justice advocates, whereas J6 protesters are insurrectionists. Trump's classified documents at his home, national security breach. Biden's classified documents in his garage, an administrative snafu. Populists are right-wing extremists, progressives, mainstream centrists. That's the terminological manipulation that's used 24/7 by the woke activists disguised as journalists in the legacy media. So what Poilievre just did there is required this woke journalist to define his terms and then give precise examples of what he meant. And that pushback obviously took the journalists by surprise, which is a subtle indictment of how pathetic conservative politicians are. They should be doing this all the time.
Left wing, this and that, right wing, I mean, it's that type of ideological spectrum.
I never really talk about left
But
or right.
anyways, a lot of people
I don't really believe in that.
Okay. A lot of people would say that you're simply taking a page out of the Donald Trump book.
Like which people would say that?
Well, I'm sure a great many Canadians, but...
Like who?
I don't know who, but...
So you can see there immediately how Poilievre is able to capitalize on this guy having to define his terms. Well, by populist, I mean, you're talking about this polarization between left and right. And what did Poilievre say to that? No, I don't. I don't do that. I never talk about left and right. I don't even believe in that. So now what? This woke reporter is relying on his own partisan-laced platitudes, and so he has nothing to respond with. So he goes with, well, people say that about you. And how did Poilievre respond to that? Who? Who's saying that? What people? Again, this is a subset of defining your terms. Always push for specifics, such as, specifically, who precisely are you talking about? Or in another case, you keep talking about institutional racism. Which institution? Which one? Which one is racist so we can fix it? And while we're at it, what is racism? What do you mean by this term racist?
I'm sure there's some out there, but anyways, the point of this question is, I mean, why should Canadians trust you with their vote, given, not just the sort of ideological inclination in terms of taking the page out of Donald Trump's book, but
what are you
also
talking about? What page? What page? Can you give me a page? Give me the page. You keep saying that.
In terms of turning things quite dramatically, in terms of Trudeau and the left wing and all of this. I mean, you make quite a it's quite a play that you make on it. So I'm
not
just
sure.
wondering.
I don't know what your question is.
Then forget that. Why should Canadians trust you with their vote?
I don't even really know what the heck you're talking about. I have no idea what your question is. And the guy's like, all right, well, forget all that. Why should Canadians trust you with their vote? Now, was that so hard? If that was the essence of his question, what the hell were all those partisan and dismissive additives like populist and right wing and Trump playbook and yada, yada, yada? You know what it was. All of that was a pathetic attempt by this woke reporter to what's called poison the well, which is a deliberate attempt to associate a person with unflattering and slanderous associations in a deliberate attempt at dissuading others from even listening to him or her. The media does this all the time with patriots and conservatives. And Pierre Poilievre dismantled it like a boss. He called him out on precisely what he was trying to do, exposed it for everyone to see, and finished off the interview leaving this woke leftist as little more than a babbling idiot. Well done, Pierre the Great. Are you ready to join the resistance? Because I'm leading a group of dedicated, courageous patriots who can lead a spearhead into the heart of the secular globalist establishment. We punished Bud Light and Target, driven CNN and the legacy media to near bankruptcy, forced BlackRock to backtrack on ESG, and now we're seeing our conservative-dominated Supreme Court ending affirmative action and protecting religious liberty. In my Insiders Club, I show you concrete steps to take locally and online that will only keep this mass uprising going until the battle is won. Don't wait. Click the link in my description below and join my Courageous Patriots Insiders Club today.